Hello there, this is Jinko89, and today I want to show you how I create my fill planes for Farming Simulator 25. This method is part of my discovery, and the second part is from a tutorial from Farm Sim Briscoe. All the needed programs and the tutorial I learned from will be linked in the pinned comment. So let's begin. First of all, you will need GIMP or Photoshop, but you'll definitely need GIMP for the texture edit. And second, open the browser, open ChatGPT or Gemini or other AI tool that can create images, and you have to input something like the generated 1024 by 1024 pixel seamless texture, tileable on all sides, photorealistic for Farming Simulator fill plane texture, PBR over freshly cut meadow grass. I recommend Gemini because you can try as many variants as you want without limitation. For ChatGPT, you have about 4 images per day. So, as you can see, this is a mess up, and the grass texture I have on my maps is this, of course, recolored. On Gemini, you'll have something like this, but you can easily remove in GIMP or Photoshop. For the apples, something like that, I put the input, but not always is tillable, so it's not seamless. Please make it seamless. Sometimes it gets it right, sometimes don't. You have to make multiple requests till you find the one you like and works. So how to check is tillable? Let's download it. Now it's here. Open it, GIMP or Photoshop. I don't know to use GIMP very well, just for the texture. And the filter, no, view here, pattern preview. Okay, so it's not fully tillable, but you can always correct it if you know how to use these programs. But as you can see, it's pretty good. Of course, I had many other prompts till I managed to get one that is good. The second thing you must do, you must check the image size to be 1024 pixels, because this is the needed size. Of course, I will delete this, I don't need it. Okay, now let's say you have your texture already set. Its tillable is 124 by 124. The second thing you must do, you must download a program to generate height and normal. This is called materialize. I think it's a Unity software or something like that. Here on the diffuse map, open it, the file. You must generate the height. I recommend not to meddle too much with this because you can make the height stronger, but it will look worse in the game. So just let as it is. You can show the full material to see about how it will look. This is bigger than in the game. Now select PNG and save the project. We'll type the name Apple because this is what we are editing. We'll save it on the desktop for now. Select and quit. Now you can see we have the project. We don't need it. And these are the textures. You can see we have the original one, and here is diffuse original. This is the original that I used, but we'll delete it because the metadata needed for the next step is in the one generated by materialize. Okay, I won't use this one because I already have the fill plane for apples, but it's the same thing here. I have it for apricots. So now the next thing we have to do is to open GIMP. Open the files in this folder. Diffuse first, height and normal. Now on the select the normal one, colors, components, decompose. You have to decompose the normal map into RGB. Pay attention, color model RGB. Okay, now get back to the height. Select it, Control A, but you don't have to press Control A. I messed up. Let's get back. Control C and paste on the blue. Control V. Merge down. Now the diffuse. Control C. Control V. And merge down on the blue. Now on FarmSim Briscoe tutorial, he manages to recompose the texture from the first time. Sometimes it doesn't work, but you can try again. So components, compose, again RGB. Okay, so if the image looks the same, just close it because somehow it doesn't work. I always select the blue channel and try again. Components, compose, RGB, and now you see the greenish tint on this means that it worked. Now the next step, file, export as, not save as, export as. The place we have This is the normal. I will overwrite it because we don't need the original. And we'll save it as 8 bits RGB. Select all this that I have selected now. You can pause the video to see what I have selected and export. Now we can close the project and abandon modification. Don't close yet the normal because we'll have to edit the diffuse now. The same thing goes to the diffuse, but now we'll decompose to RGBA. We have to have an alpha channel for the transparency. So, first of all, select the normal, copy, Ctrl C, Ctrl V on the alpha channel, merge down. Now the height, Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and merge down. And now colors, components, compose, RGBA. And it should look something like that with the squares for transparency. Now, again, File, Export As, Diffuse, and now we have to save it as 8 bits RGBA. Export. Close the projects. Now you can close the normal, you can close the diffuse. For the height, you have to scale the image to half, 512 pixels. Scale and File, Export As, Apricot height. The same selection here, but we'll have to select 8 bits gray. Export. Now we can close GIMP. We have now the edited texture. You can see it's semi-transparent. This one is smaller and this one has the greenish tint. We'll get on the Windows because on Mac won't work. Let's get back. We need now the texture tool from Giants. We'll put the link also in the pinned comment. Now just drag those 3 textures into the texture tool. We'll start converting to DDS. Okay. Close. This is the PNG. We don't need it. Also the PNG. Also the PNG. So we have the DDS files ready for the game. Let's delete this. These are PNGs. Open the map. I already created the fill type. So we just have to test now in the game. This method, I think it works with the terrain painting textures as well, because Farmsim Briscoe showed this method for that purpose. He was creating some road texture, so I tried to see if it will work as a fill plane, as I show you it does. So let's search for apricots. As you can see, it looks pretty good. Not perfect, but it is what it is. So this is how to make a texture. Very easy. I recommend to watch Farmsim Briscoe tutorial because his English is way better than mine, and probably you will understand better what needs to be done. Have a good day.